Hey everybody, welcome back to Here I am yet again. I have been thinking for a while about the many responses that I got on my video where I talked about how much I hated the letter G. And I do. It is a disgusting letter, especially in the context of English and various other aesthetics. So I figured, even though it's not necessarily about conlanging per se, it is most definitely about the world building of the real world. So I figured today I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to literally just do a tier list of all of the letters in the English alphabet, and I'm going to be ranking them based on the sounds that they can make and the reasonableness of the sounds that they can make, how good they look, how well they fit in with the general vibe of the English language, and whether or not I would choose those letters to do the things that they do if I was the one being the conlanger to create the English language. So, with that in mind, let's begin. Okay, so literally on the tier maker website, a person by the username of @charlie_is_dumb has created a convenient letters of the English alphabet tier list maker. I like how he says letters of the English alphabet as of May 2019, as if we as a society were undergoing a major orthography change in May of 2019. Here we have all the letters of the English alphabet, and yes, it's the Latin alphabet used for the English language, and it's specifically for the English language. As we all know, the letter G over here, G is going straight into F tier. We know that this is my opinion. It could be G, it could be J, it could be J, it could be nothing, like in brought. It's ugly. It's disturbing. As a mistake, not worth existing. I would have tried my hardest to make the letter G not exist at all. Bad world building. Bad orthographic design. Moving on. We're gonna go on from there in order. So A is one of the OGs. It's always generally signified in ah kind of sound. However, in modern English, it has been quite corrupted. Ah can mean A, it can mean ah, it can mean A looks great, right? A looks really good. It's symmetrical, it's smooth. It makes you just damn, I want to learn how to write. I'm gonna give A an A tier. B, I really don't want to do this, but I might put B in B tier. It's smooth looking, it's not great. The lowercase b having just one little blop to it has a solid meaning. You look at the letter B and you know that it's pretty much always gonna be B. It doesn't look amazing. I really don't want to do this. I'm sorry, B is B tier. I love C. I love C so much in Latin, because it's always just ka in Latin. It could have been so perfect, but then you had to bring in words like certain that make the letter C no longer sound like ka, including the word C. It's infuriating because of how annoying the letter C is in English. I have to put C in D tier. D is cool. D generally means duh. There are times whenever it's a flat letter. Other than that, D is pretty consistent. Do I like its shape? Lowercase d is kinda so I don't enjoy writing D, but it is a consistent letter, and when it's typed, it looks really good. A tier. Alright. E. Ugh. E is such a cursed letter. It looks awesome both capital and lowercase, but just think of all the things that E can do. You might interpret that as a good thing. E can mean nothing but changing the vowel that comes before, which is really cool until you start thinking about it. Despite historical context, throw historical context away. We don't care about that. We're talking about right now. Why? I'm sorry, you can mean A, E, nothing. It's not as bad as G, because it looks better than G, but E is going in D tier. Goodbye. F means F. Its lowercase form is very similar to its uppercase form. I'll put it in A tier. H. So H is a very important letter, and it looks pretty cool in its capital letter form, and it also looks pretty cool in its lowercase form. The thing is, H is also the modifier letter that creates a lot of sounds that are digraphs. Without H, there wouldn't be a single letter for sh or ch or th or the. The sound h gets softened out of existence a lot of the time. So it really exists more so as a modifier letter to other letters. It isn't great at existing on its own in modern English, in most dialects of modern English. But it looks really cool, and it's really important all the same, or else we'd have to have a bunch more letters on that would probably just be variations of other ones with little tails on them and stuff. So I'm okay with H existing. H is going in C tier. It's average. It's alright. I. Every other language has I perfectly figured out. It's either E or I. But here you have E, I, and I get Great Vowel Shift stuff made that happen, but again, we're not thinking about that right now. I is going in D tier. It just is. Okay, J. J makes J in more Norse descended words. It makes yeah. The letter J makes a y sound in most other languages that use the Latin alphabet, but not in English, which is kind of cringy. For its purpose, where it exists, and what it is used for, it operates well. B tier. So the thing is, according to my opinions on the letter C, K should not exist at all. It's alright looking, but in the context of English, it just looks kind of clunky. It's useful in like some loan words, like would the word karate really look good if it was spelled with a C? No, it would look a little pathetic if it was spelled with a C. I'm gonna give K a D tier. Ooh, L. Lateral sounds. They're lateral approximates. They work pretty well, pretty consistently. I like L. I really do, because I don't like how the lowercase L can get confused with the uppercase I so often in various fonts. L is going in B tier. Okay, M. M, ma. Ma's pretty good. Take it to the A. N. N is na. It could make a pair with G to make my favorite sound, na. But N itself is pretty decent, at least in my speech pattern. N is often killed off to make a more nasalized vowel, but it is consistent. It's a really cool looking symbol. I'm gonna put N also in A tier. O can mean O, aw, or aw in certain areas, or it can make oo whenever it's paired with a letter E. It's a circle. It is the letter in the Latin alphabet that is a circle, and it is a smaller circle when it is lowercase. It is a perfectly shaped and sized letter. It has at least 4 different sound meanings, which annoys me. C tier. P, when paired with H, can make a fa, like in the city of Phoenix. Otherwise, it can either be an aspirated pa or a unaspirated ba. Looks pretty good. C tier as well. Now, Q. Q should not exist. Like, I'm sorry. R. R is the first letter of my name. R can be a consonant, it could be a syllabic, it could be a R-colored schwa. It looks cool. It's lowercase, is interesting to look at, a little bit annoying to write. S. It's an awesome aesthetic looking letter. I love the way it looks, I love the way it feels. It has 3 sounds, yet it's generally consistent in the genre of sounds they are. They're fricatives, they're either alveolar or post-alveolar. It only really makes the Z whenever it's after a cursed E. Is going in B tier. Okay, T. T is trash. Even when I just said that word, trash, that started with a T, that didn't contain the T sound. That was ch followed by ra. T at the end of words, in most dialects of English, including especially mine, gets either unreleased or completely and utterly removed. In the middle of words, it gets turned into either a glottal stop or a tap. Butter, cotton. No more T's in there, even though there's literally 2 T's written out in that word. T is sad. It makes me want to change the alphabet of English so that T means something different. It's not a super important letter, but it just keeps on showing up. It just keeps on spamming itself across all of English. T is going in D tier. Okay, now we have the letter U. Pretty frequent, pretty common, good looking, very good looking. I'm putting U in A tier. Alright, V. V can mean va. V is good. Look at how V looks. It is one of the most simple letters. It's just boop, boop. V, just like that, done. V is my favorite letter in the English alphabet. V, you're going in S tier. V is my boy. W is alright. It's okay. It's the consonantal version of oo. Not great, but it's not awful. It makes a good Wikipedia logo. It's going in C tier. X. In general, I love the letter X. Look at it. It looks really good. It looks delicious. You're like, oh, boom, just like that. However, its use is in English. Useless. Like, sure, I think G and Q are disgusting, but I think the X literally does not belong here. X is stupid. It doesn't belong here. Xylophone, Z, X, X. Why does the X sound combo get its own letter, but things like sh and ch don't? It's stupid. It's useless. X, you're going in F tier. Why? It could be the E sound at the end of words, or it could be the vowel in links. It's weird. I really don't like it. It looks cool. I like the way that it looks in English writing. I can't say much more than that. And finally, Z. Z can mean Z. I don't really like the way Z looks in English, but I do really like the way it looks in other languages and in general. It's a consistent letter. It's barely ever made into one of those weird silent letter combos. I'm gonna put Z in B tier. And there you have it. This is my tier list for all the letters in the alphabet. V is the best. G, Q, and X are all down at the bottom. You gotta admit V is a cool letter. And you gotta admit G is... Which one is my real least favorite? Probably X the least, honestly. I probably hate X more than G in English, but in general I still hate G more. That is the end for me today. Yes, I am still taking like more requests for stuff to put on the wall. I'm gonna try and fill it up as quickly as possible and, you know, gradually change it over time. I've got a bunch of requests, but I want to do all the printing and stuff in one blast, so just, you know, send those my way. Also join the Discord server. We're having a lot of fun on there, starting a collab lang, etc. So I am going to talk to you guys soon. See y'all next time, boys. Mwah, 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 mwah.